Hey darlings, how are you? I'm so excited to see you. Oh my God, I took a couple weeks actually off to record the podcast, and I think I did audio for a couple weeks, and now we're back to recording the podcast live. I'm so excited. I am Catherine Storing. I am the host, creator, inventor, CEO, all the things of the Teacher Easy podcast and the Teacher Easy system that allows amazing people just like you to monetize their content and make a lot of money while helping other people. How cool is that? So I'm excited that you are either watching or participating on the podcast. I'm so super duper stinking excited about it. And today, we're talking about how to get out of Stuckville, okay? And I make that word up. Unless somebody else is using it, then I didn't make it up. But I'm making that up today for sure. I'm so excited. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast, I truly don't know what you're waiting for. Make sure that you subscribe so you can listen to all our podcasts every single Thursday. Thursday morning, they are up and ready for you. If you are a watcher, then you can head over to the blog and get the show notes and watch me as I record these podcasts. I've been doing this since the beginning of January. I'm so excited about it. We are hearing from people and they are sharing how they feel about it and how it's helping them. So hopefully you are one of those people and it's helping you as well. Can we get started? Can we start talking right away about how to get out of Stuckville? Listen. I am in the middle or about to finish teaching the Monetize Your Passion program, a beta program that I was running. And one of the things that I taught them, actually today, they got the one of the final lessons is how to awaken their dream. And I gave them an amazing exercise that I know that they're gonna love because I haven't seen anybody else do it. And it really helped me. And I gave them an example. And this weekend, that lesson came from this weekend because the lessons are pretty much live, depending on who's in the program and what they're asking and what they're learning. I tailor the lessons to the people that are actually taking the program, which I think is a really good approach and a newish approach that I haven't seen anybody else do. But anyway, I took the weekend off. And if you are an entrepreneur, you know that that is like unheard of. Like, what? You took a weekend off? I haven't taken a weekend off in a very long time. Nobody makes me. I'm my own boss. I'm the CEO of my company. So I get to decide my schedule. And maybe that's why I'm a slave driver. Okay. I'm just being honest and transparent with you. And, but I was seeing the consequences. Whenever I stopped to do something, whether it was at church or to just breathe for a moment, these thoughts would come and arrest my mind. Like they were just coming at me. Felt like this, like coming at me because their brain was like, wait, what? She stopped. She's not learning. She's not teaching. She's not reading. She's not swiping on her screen. She's not going like this, screening, right? We got to tell her all these things that we have been thinking about. That's what I think my brain sounds like, right? Talking in a plural for some reason. I don't know. But anyway, and then I realized that I was feeling a little stuck and I was feeling pretty tired, actually. I was exhausted. And I can definitely have a better and deeper appreciation for people in Hollywood. Not that I'm calling myself a Hollywood person, but someone that has a very rigorous schedule without any breaks or significant breaks. I can see how they can collapse and just be completely burned out and exhausted. So I knew there were some decisions that I needed to make in terms of some of the programs that I have created in the direction of my business and my personal life as well, that I needed to really catch up with myself. And that was a decision that only took place because I was exhausted. I mean, I do the best that I can. Like I have every Wednesday, I work out with my trainer for hours. I don't work out for hours. I work out for 1 hour, but it takes me an hour to get there, which is the best hour of the week because I just drive. I don't learn anything. I sing the whole entire time. I look at nature, which is amazing. And then on the way back, I might listen to a podcast or something, but I don't do anything heavy. And in the hour working out, I am concentrating because it's hard. And so I do that. And I just returned back to doing massages. And I had a 90-minute massage last Tuesday and worked out on Wednesday. So I was feeling pretty good, but I was still pretty exhausted because this is like months and months of me overdoing it. And when I sent an email out to my email list on Friday and I kind of recapped all the things that I was doing, I was like, holy moly, lady. That's a lot of projects. You know, I wrapped up quite a few of them. I have 2 major ones that I'm wrapping up as well. exciting stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, lady, you have to take the, you need to take a break. And that's exactly what I did. I slept in, and that does not mean much because I get up really early. So I slept until like 7:30, and I forced myself. I'm like, listen, little one, you're gonna sleep a little longer. So I think I slept for another half hour, but I stayed laying down. I caught up with some fun stuff on, on the interwebs. And then I hung out with myself, and then my sister and I went out for breakfast, and then we came back home and we just hung out, and I decided to journal and grabbed all the things, right? Like my highlighters, my ruler, paper, my calculator, all these things, right? And I began to really look at the things that I really enjoy doing, and the numbers and all that stuff, not work stuff, just really life stuff and work related, but I didn't do any actual work. And then what did we do? Then we ate again here at the house, and then we watched a movie. My sister was doing something else, but I watched a movie. We watched two movies actually. And I didn't feel guilty. I felt pretty awesome. And it was amazing. And it occurred to me like the world did not end. Not that I think it was gonna end, but I just thought that I always had to be producing. Let me know if that's ever been the case for you, where you feel like you always have to be producing something, you always have to be creating something, and it's just got to be this machine that never stops. It almost feels like, I describe it as a hamster wheel where you're always on. Even though you're exhausted, you keep on going. So went to church on Sunday morning. It was amazing and a half. And guess what? No thoughts came into my mind. Nothing invaded I was still having thoughts, but nothing was like arresting me. Nothing was like messing with my mind or distracting me from what I wanted to do there. As a matter of fact, on Sunday morning, when I woke up earlier than I need to wake up because Sundays I sleep in a little longer. And I got this idea. It was amazing. And it was one of the final lessons for the program, the Monetize Your Passion program. And I couldn't write fast enough. Of course, right next to my bed, I have a pen and I have a stack of index cards, because when you're a teacher and you're a writer, you gotta have paper close by. And I began to write, and I got this amazing term that I haven't heard in a long time, and I heard it even in a weird way, in a good way. And I would never have gotten that if my brain was so exhausted or trying to like hit me up with stuff that I would have missed it, because it would have been too much, right? And that's what I want to talk about you today. That's like me catching you up to what's been going on. Because if you're stuck, more than likely you haven't taken a moment to catch up with yourself. More than likely you are on hustle mode. And can I confess, okay? Let me just confess this to you right now. I used to be a hustler. Like I was forever and a half committed to the hustle game and always doing team too much. That's me. I used to brag about that. That's nothing to brag about. I have realized now. This is my personal decision though. You could do you and do what you want to do. And yes, working hard is amazing. I love working hard, but I don't have to work so hard that I forget why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't have to work so hard that I forget to develop friendships with people that I want to develop friendships with or relationships with. And I want you to look at your own life, your own schedule, and maybe you still have a job and you also have your side hustle on the side, which is probably why you're listening to the Teacher Easy podcast with yours truly. And there's not enough hours in the day. There's never gonna be enough hours in the day. Whenever I'm doing something, I remember something else. And one thing that helped was mapping out my day, either the day before or first thing in the morning before I walk into my office. When I'm having my time to wake up in quietness and nobody's bothering me or anything, I mapped out all the things that come to me, so I don't have to be running around when I finish dropping off everybody after school and work, that I know exactly what needs to get done and I have a priority, and it's amazing. But there's always something to do. There's always one more email to read, one more email to send out. There's always something. And is that a way to live? Is that a way to have life where you're always doing something, you're always running? And for me, it's not a way to live. I have a birthday coming up in May. I'm going to be 43 years old, which I'm really excited about. And at this point in my life, I love working hard. I don't see that changing, but I want to work smarter. I want to work in such a way where I am resting to think, I'm resting to rest, and I'm resting to look at the view for 15 minutes. Just look at the view and be like, okay. And just catch up with myself and just be. Not being on social media, not doing anything else, just being. Just being. And my sister shared a video with me today talking about, I forget what the guy's name was. It was an Indian guru. He didn't talk any weird stuff. It was just really good stuff. He was saying that whenever you have to make a decision, a big decision for your life, you should separate from loved ones and people that are close to you, so you can get clear on who you are and what are your goals and where you want to be, and get really clear on that before you make a decision. And I thought that was such a brilliant idea. I think I will still come back and talk to people that I trust that will give me great advice and actually connect with them and stuff. But at that point, I will be really clear on what my measuring areas would be, my KPIs, right? I will be able to see, okay, these are the things that matter to me. These are the things that don't matter to me, and what I want to be and where I want to be and how I want to arrive there. It will be easier to make a decision that will impact my life. Hopefully, I'm making real decisions on things that matter instead of just making decisions willy-nilly because I can, okay? So if you're stuck, more than likely you're working too much. More than likely, you kind of have lost sight of what it is that you want to do. And I'm speaking like that because I've been there and done that. And there are some big projects that I have. And let me just tell you what happened Saturday and Sunday. And I also had to drive a little bit to church. It's not far. It's like 20 minutes. And I realized some things that I wanted to do that I always wanted to do since I was a little girl. And yes, I've written a whole bunch of books. Like my friend asked me the other day because I was doing an Instagram takeover for her. And I think she asked me, and I'm like, I've written 21, 22 books. I can't keep count. But that is just scratching the surface. And I'm not being braggadocious, although that is nothing to sneeze about. But that's just for me. That is just the thing that I know I have been called to do as a storyteller. I love telling stories. I love teaching that way, which is why I'm recording this episode like this, telling you a story about it, right? And the funny thing is that I just realized that I'm not recording the podcast with my podcast software because I was so excited to talk to you. And that's okay. That will be fine. We'll just use it the way it is now. It is fine. I just realized that. But I realized that there's a type of stories that I always wanted to write, and I didn't know I wanted to do it at this level, but I had such a realization of putting that old dream together with an updated version of that I would have never seen or make room for. Listen to me. If I hadn't stopped, I wouldn't have seen my old dream of writing stories and then this newly found way of writing stories and put it together. And I'm not quite ready to share what that looks like yet, but I gotta tell you, I'm really excited about it. And guess what? I made space on Saturday as I was moving some things around, removing some things completely, for now at least, because I really wanna be doing things that electrify me. I wanna be doing things that are in alignment with the woman that I am, where I want to go and what I want to be and who I want to become. And the type of giving that I want to do requires me to be completely creative free. There you have it. I need to be creatively free. My brain needs to be open for me to have the ideas and develop the things that I need to develop in order for me to go and do the things that I want to do. So if you're stuck, like I said earlier, more than likely you're doing too much. I'm going to strongly suggest, with all the love from someone that is a recovering workaholic. Hi, my name is Catherine Storing, and I'm a workaholic. I'm a recovering workaholic. That you take a quick time out. You can call it a retreat. I met someone 4 years ago, and he called it having a retreat. And he will go away for maybe sometimes less than 24 hours and just be in nature and really connect. Disconnect from everything else and connect within, connect upwards, and then reconciled, and then come back. And that, at the time, I couldn't really connect with that, but it is so powerful to do that, like so powerful, life-changing, literally life-changing. So if you're stuck, if you're in Stuckville, like I call it, and you don't want to be stuck, and I think most people don't want to be stuck, I'm going to suggest that you stop to literally smell the roses, even if you have to go to the store and smell some, because we still have this weird spring here in the East Coast. It is time, my friend. It is time, my friends, to make a decision. It is time to make a decision. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of legacy do you want to leave? We have limited time, by the way, as we heard of somebody that was gunned down in the music industry this weekend, and we have limited time. We don't know how long we're gonna be. I don't want to be morbid, but we just don't know. We literally don't know. And I wouldn't want you to be spinning your wheels trying to do something that you don't even care about anymore. Because our dreams change, they expand. Sometimes we get a glimpse of the dream and we get so excited because it's way bigger than what we're doing right now. But if we stop to really look at it and look at our lives, you will realize that that dream, that was just a snapshot. That was just a preview. That was just a trailer of what's to come. And that dream begins to expand and expand. But you really have to sit in front of it and marvel at it and realize that the dream is bigger than you, bigger than the people that you can see, the people that you know, is bigger than everything. And you have to grow with it. But if you're so busy on your hamster wheel, you are not going to be able to monetize the right things. Maybe you monetize some stuff, but it's the wrong stuff. And then you find yourself creating a job. And who wants that unless that's what you want? But if you're listening or watching the Teacher Easy podcast with yours truly, then more than likely you want to monetize some things that you are passionate about, that you know you are called, anointed, and ready to share with the world. Can I get an amen from the back? But you need to connect with yourself from time to time. I would say as often as you can, connect with yourself. What am I doing? Am I passionate about this? Is this on my wheelhouse? Is this something that I'm going to be proud of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years from now? Is this something my children and my children's children's children will be able to be proud and say, my grandma did that, my grandpa did that, and they left that legacy, and I'm so proud of them, and I love that I get to walk on their footsteps and make it even bigger, grander, and amazing and fantastic. I want you to think about that while you take your quick sabbatical, your quick retreat. It can be 12 hours, 6 hours, 24 hours, more if you have it. It is time for you to connect with yourself and get unstuck. And you don't get unstuck by adding more things to your plate. You get unstuck by looking inward, having a retreat, and looking inward and looking up, reconciling, and then realizing that maybe you veered the wrong way. You could go back on the road, do the right thing. And I know it sounds cheesy. I know, I don't really care. You're gonna run right dab smack in the middle of the very thing that you wanna do that you haven't been able to see because you got distracted. Does that make sense? I'm so excited for you. I hope that this episode helps you in your business and in your personal life. Let me know in the comments. Let me know by leaving a review for the podcast. Follow me up on Facebook under Catherine Storing or Catherine Storing on Instagram, and let me know how this podcast is making a difference in your life. If you haven't left a review, please go ahead and do that, because that allows other people to find the podcast, okay? And I'm committed to sharing my voice, my stories, my gifting with the world. If you're not subscribed to the podcast yet, I don't know what you're waiting for, or to my YouTube channel, again, don't hesitate, okay? I share content that is from the heart. I try to be as authentic as I possibly can, because ain't nobody got time to be fake. Ain't nobody got time to be a duplicate of everybody else. I'm an original. Flaws and all, warts and everything. I am who I was created to be. And most of the time, I'm proud of that. Most of the time. Sometimes I struggle, but then I remember in whose I am, and then I'm good. Thank you so much for watching. Remember that I love you, that I'm rooting for you, and I will see you super duper soon.